Hi, I'm Wes Stuckey, and I wanted to give you an overview of the outdoor access points that are available from Trendnet. Part numbers and links will be in the description below, and I don't want to get too technical in this video, but I did want to give you a general overview of the access points and what's available. So there are a lot of scenarios where this product fits well. Most of the applications that we see involve IP cameras, and we're bringing the video back either from a remote building or from a pole or from a gate, or maybe we're bringing it back from multiple locations back to the head end. We also see applications where we're trying to create Wi-Fi in an outdoor space, either a pool area, a restaurant, a marina, a campground, or any special event or festival that's held outside. So there are a lot of different applications, and we can help you with design and selecting the right product. So currently there are 2 directional outdoor access points and 1 omnidirectional outdoor access point. So the difference between the 2 directional units, one is a 2.4 gig and one is a 5 gig. And with that, they have different speeds. The 2.4 gig unit is a wireless N300, and it'll operate around 85 megabits per second on a good clean link. Of course, in a wireless network, your maximum performance is always going to be a ratio of your signal to noise and signal strength. So those are just some general numbers. The 5 gig model is an AC867, and you can look at numbers 200 megabits and higher, but 200 megabits is a good base number. So between these 2 units, because they are so very similar, I get a lot of questions on which one you should use for your application. Well, of course it depends on your bandwidth needs, but also we have to think about what frequencies they're working in. So in 2.4 gig, we only have 3 non-overlapping channels, and we have more channels in 5 gig. So if you're going into an environment where there is a lot of existing Wi-Fi and you're going to be competing for space, I would definitely lean towards the 5 gig model. Getting to the omnidirectional unit, it is basically the 2.4 gig and the 5 gig together. It's a dual band, but also it's omnidirectional. So where these have a 30-degree horizontal field of view, obviously the omnidirectional has a 360 field of view. So here's a quick diagram to show you what I mean with that 30-degree horizontal field of view. These are the directional access points, and where the gray rectangle is, it says top. We're at the top of the access point looking down, and that's your 30-degree horizontal. You'll see the top 2 units are within the 30 degrees of each other, so they have a good signal, and the unit at the bottom right is outside of the 30 degrees from the unit on the left, so he's not going to have a good signal at all. So if we needed an application where we had this type of layout, we would look at an omnidirectional. So the omnidirectionals obviously give us a 360 degree field of view. And again, on the left hand side, we're at the omnidirectional looking straight down. And we have those 2 directionals still at the right. And we just simply tilt them a little bit to point to that omnidirectional, because we always want to be as close to on axis as we can to the center of the APs. The further you go out on that 30-degree horizontal, the weaker your signal is going to be. So depending on your distance, you really kind of want to focus in as close as you can to aim those straight at each other. So that's just kind of a general overview on what I mean on the omnidirectional versus the directional. The next question I get is on range. With the outdoor access points, the directional units, you would always put them in matching pairs, because in a wireless network, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you buy the pre-configured kit, or if you pair 2 of these together, you're going to get a maximum distance of roughly a mile. That's the same with the 2.4 gig and the 5 gig directional. If you're talking about range on the omnidirectional, that is going to be maximum of 1,800 feet. And that 1,800 feet is from an omnidirectional to another omnidirectional, or from an omnidirectional to one of the directional units, because of course you can do point-to-point and point-to-multipoint. So a point-to-point is simply where we have 2 access points, or simply 2 points that are connected together. A point-to-multipoint is where we have 1 access point that connects to multiple other access points. And we can help design your system for you. The directional units are available individually or as a kit. The great thing about the pre-configured kits are that they are all pre-configured, so there's not very much programming that you need to do. So the bridge is already established, they come with their own PoE injectors. The idea is you power them up, point them at each other, and you're good to go. You do need probably to do a site survey, so you may need to go in there and change the channel, but the idea is that it really does cut down the installation time. So of course you can use these in a bridge mode, but you could also use these in a standalone mode if you just wanted to provide some Wi-Fi for an outdoor space. Just remember, you're not going to get that type of range that I spoke about before. Your range is always limited to your weakest link, and in that case it's going to be your mobile device or your handheld device. So we're looking at a roughly 300 feet of free space for maximum range if we're going to just serve Wi-Fi clients. So did you hear about the 2 access points that got married? The ceremony was average, but the reception was fantastic. Yeah. In all seriousness, we can definitely help you lay out a system. You can contact us online. Our website is 4ademo.com. You can also contact Trendnet at trendnet.com. Be happy to answer any questions or comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for future updates. We're definitely going to do a little bit more in-depth on each one of these. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.